done here in game one and just getting their tournament rolling. This is going to be a game of a lot of speed and skill. Australia has experience all over the park, starting with their captain, Nick Malouf. Japan have the ability to put this Australia side to bed, but it's going to take a clinical 14 minutes from them.
Japan have got a couple of stalwarts alongside a couple of new young players. Australia all know they just need to come out, go about their business, do their job, resplendent in their beautiful green Indigenous jerseys. Love those ones. John Manenti's team, he's done really good work with this young side, so connected. It's been a real feature. They're the quintessential Aussie battlers when it comes to Aussie sport, only a few of them with contracts, and they have got themselves right in position to win the overall title. First job is here, though, Australia against Japan. Restart high into the air. It's Dietrich Roach who's underneath it for Australia. And the ball eventually falls on Japanese side, so defence early on for the Japanese, who like to string their passes together. Yuki Ishii, one of the captains this weekend for Japan. Big early contact coming in. Japan making the early running. Yoshizawa is taken in by Australia. Players stayed down and back play over on that far side. There's Japan building really nicely. How's the flick ball out the back of the hand? It's well taken in by Ishii. 5 metres short. Japan putting pressure on Malouf, though. Straight in over that ball. The Aussie captain is an absolute follow-me leader. He's won the ball back for his team here. Here's Turner. That's Josh Turner.
Over.
And away goes Corey Toole. He has scored tries for fun this season. He leads the line breaks, he leads the offloads, and that's try number 39 for the season for Corey Toole.
Great discipline by the Australian defense. Japan going side to side, a little bash in the middle, but then going to get a little isolated. Nick Malouf, all the experience in the world turning over that ball and then moving the ball to their speedster, Mr. Toole, who has just got gas for days, just cruising into the try line for Australia's first 5-pointer.
Oh, he's been one of the finds of the season. Corey Toole, dream team in numerous tournaments, Singapore, Vancouver, Toulouse. That puts him ahead of Marcus Moneta. Got a bit of work to do to catch Terry Kennedy, though, in the overall season try scorers. But 39 for Corey Toole. Restart is shallow from the Aussie Sevens, and it falls for Josh Turner. Here's Dietrich Roach, leading point scorer this season on the HSBC World 7 Series. He's usually doing it by kicks. He's scored plenty of tries as well, and he's going to notch one up here. Dietrich Roach on the board.
Too easy for Dietrich Roach. Just sees the disconnect in the Japanese line and exploits it with his power and his pace. Really, really great start. For Japan to get in this game, they've got to be connected defensively. They've got to work very, very hard to stay connected, putting these Australian players on the ground, controlling the offload game that Australia likes to play, and then when they get the ball in the hand, they have to be clinical. A little kick out from the man, loves a kick out. Great start for Dietrich Roach.
He's closing in on 300 points for the season. He's the most accurate goal kicker in the competition. Goes at over 81% of the regular goal kickers. He's scoring tries as well. He's making it easy for himself with that conversion too. 14 points to nil. Here's 289. 240 for Terry Kennedy. And that's all by 5-pointers. Oh, soaring, brilliant work in the air by Josh Turner. He's one of the little guys, landed hard. He's still back. Has to get back into the defensive line now as Japan gets the turnover, or the penalty rather. Japan just trying to bash through Roach in the middle. Another penalty, though. Oh, it's going to be a yellow here, is it? Against Henry Hutchison.
Oh, the ill discipline from Harry Hutchinson sends him to the sin bin. Not ideal when you have 3 minutes to go in the first half. Japan needs to take advantage of the power play that they've got going on here with Australia having 6 men. They've called them midfield scrum. What that's going to do is going to make Australia decide of whether they want 3 in the back line and no 9 with space to exploit. Lots of opportunities to Japan to attack here.
Fine, gentlemen. Under 2, please.
Japan,
Crouch.
midfield scrum, just on their own side of halfway.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Go left side, take.
In and out it goes, and away spins Ryoto Kano. Working at pace this time. Oh, ripped away, though, by Tool in contact. That's good work. Easy pickings, the Aussie defensive line. Now as Henry Patterson steps away from one. Now room straight up the middle for Josh Turner. Yawning gap for the little half to race his way through. Quick and agile, scores under the posts.
Well, this is the game of sevens. You spill the ball, you give away possessions. Teams at the top will strike very, very quickly. That's what Australia's done here. Great little strip off the edge attack, and then quick transition. Nice little dent in the middle of the park. Seeing that the pillar defense wasn't quite there. Really good job ripping that ball out from number 3 of Australia, and then shifting the ball to the edge, seeing the space in the middle of the park, and putting down for another good quality 5-pointer between the posts.
And the conversion is good.
3 tries for Australia. The only team that has made every quarter-final this season. And the boxing kangaroo, full of fight early on. 21 points to 0. Australia still down to 6. Henry Hutchison in the sin bin at the moment. Back and forth they go, Kano. And now Ishii, the captain, he's the one who looks often the most likely for Japan. But again, Malouf is just so rugged, and then the silky skills got the call from Matt Gonzalez. It's a sweet strike from Australia.
Why has Australia made every quarterfinal? Because they are absolutely ruthless at the breakdown, giving teams not even an inch. Little pop pass to Gonzalez, and he's got the pace to finish. Great start from Australia here, just strangling Japan inside their own end, forcing handling errors, and then quick strikes for 5-7 points.
Matt Gonzalez has really made his name too this season. Made his debut in Singapore and has been a fixture since then. Dream team in London with his most impressive performance, almost as impressive as that conversion in Australia, 28-0. Here's what it looks like for Australia. Win the title. Hope South Africa 4th or lower for John Manenti's team. Mistake. Basically the first one Australia's made.
Yeah, no team is perfect, but how can they close out the half here with a Japanese side that's hungry for a try?
Japan give a little bit of impetus going into the break if they can score here. Taiga Ishida. Again, Australia just blowing through, and look at the pressure Tool's going to put on here. Kano gets rid of it really nicely, though, does Kano. Kairara. Now standing in the tackle, Suoka. Gets Tool coming back at him again, though. Hutchison back on the field. Japan spread to the right, ball through the hands, just picking off in defence, though, at the moment is Australia. Nice continuity, though, from Japan, recycling well. Oh, your Tool just lost his feet slightly, didn't he? Penalty for Japan, building and building, asking questions of the Australian defence, getting rid of one defender, and then spreads a lovely ball wide out to the left. Again, Malouf makes the tackle. Japan Looking for the score before half-time. Yoshizawa to ground this time. Australia's defence organised at the moment. You can hear the communication. Toole can't get in there, nor can Turner. Now Turner can. And he's going to try and scamper away. Patterson stands in the tackle. Turner. Big numbers wide here for Australia. They are lining up. It's not going to get as far as Hutchison, who was the next man, because Gonzalez will just go in for himself. All that effort from Japan comes to nothing, and Australia punish him down the other end.
Just another display of absolute relentless defensive pressure by Australia. Japan had a nice continuity attack going. They were moving the ball side to side, making ground. They just got a little bit isolated, spilled the ball out of the back of the ruck. When you do that against these top contender teams, they can put the ball away in the try zone very, very quickly. Great finish to the first half for Australia. That's how they wanted to start this tournament.
Australia were disappointed to miss out on the medals at the Commonwealth Games a few weeks ago. Went in with a great shout, but really just struggled to get going throughout the tournament. No such problems here in the opening match as Roach converts as well. And Australia go into the halftime break 35 points to 0 up over Japan.
Oh, you can hear from the head coach there. The game plan is take care of the ball, execution, and that's one reason why they're up 35-0 here in this matchup.
Five tries in the first half from Australia, 35 points to 0 they lead. Australia, one of our 4 contending teams for the overall HSBC World 7 Series title. They need to make the final and then hope other results go their way, but so far so good with this opening half. Dietrich Roach restarts for Australia. It's going to be brought down, or I was going to say brought down by Japan, but climbing up high over the top was Malouf. Japan spread. Debut for Australia and number 5, just tracking the defenders across and looking to rip in there, but Japan's, well, no, I was going to say Japan secure the ball well. Great first injection from Turner. Maurice Longbottom out there as well from Australia, rolling the subs and rolling the action. And here goes for the first time, Jimmy the Jet. James Turner, what a start to his 7s career.
Great job, James Turner. Full credit goes to this man. Made the tackle, got up, won the penalty, got in support, got the inside ball from Dietrich Roach, and had the pace to finish it. Well done, young man.
He's been playing for the Waratahs in Super Rugby. He made a real name for himself through club rugby in Sydney, through the Shoot Shield. And as I say, nicknamed Jimmy the Jet. John Manenti, there's he's got some gas. Didn't have to go full tilt, but what a start. 40 points to 0.
Just clinical play by Australia again. Japan needs to hold on to this ball, get momentum on their side, and string together some good phases and execute those little moments.
Relaxing start for the coaches, perhaps. He's usually up on his feet. John Manenti patrolling that side. Pretty relaxed at the moment. 40 points to 0. Great take from Japan. Crashing into the line is the most experienced man, Latianara Soijima, the 39-year-old in his 30th tournament, or 29th tournament rather. Given him 1 extra, he probably deserves it. Okaidara.
Oh, just unfortunate. Off his feet at the breakdown. The Japanese supporting player just giving away possession again inside their own half. Australia is just absolutely ruthless in this game and throughout the series. One of the reasons why they are the top contenders.
Skip goes to the bench. Nick Malouf, 47th tournament, now 4th equal with his assistant coach, James Stannard, on the Australian all-time list. You can watch on as his teammates go to work here. Bit of footwork from Longbottom. Here's Hutchison just getting around defenders, scooting out of tackles. And he's adding to the tally. Here's Henry Hutchison.
Once again, a display from Maurice Longbottom, just absolutely causing chaos to the Japanese defensive line. And then Harry Hutchinson using all of his power and pace to give Australia another 5-pointer between the sticks. Australia, you could call it a very, very clinical game so far. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Can they continue? Can Japan find the momentum, find the handling execution to put themselves in a position?
And is that the thing when you're playing a team who's probably lower ranked, you're expected to beat, that you want to come out and just execute, not worry about running up the score too much or whatever, just executing each time and the points come?
100%. It's all about your game plan and playing to your standards and your level. And I think Australia has shown that here today. And they've put an incredible display on so far throughout this match.
Maurice Longbottom. Still just over 3 minutes to go here, and Australia tracking towards 50. Japan looking for a bit of resolve. Bit like what we saw from Spain earlier. They were able to find a try late. That pass won't help, but it's gone backwards off the knockdown. Trying to create something himself, Latianara Suijima. Recycling possession well again, but just struggling to find a hole in this Australian defence. Okadara. Kano clears away, and that's gone forward. Just a little too ambitious. The big ball wide. Forward out of the hands.
Just another one of those little handling errors that's just killing Japan's momentum in this game. The little things just hurt you on this seventh circuit. You've just got to be so clinical against those top sides. Japan will need to learn from this game, come out and execute on a higher level of their standards. They're just dipping below from what we're used to seeing from them. They just need to execute a little bit better.
Time back on. Crouch.
Longbottom just going to peer back over his shoulder. How big is that blind side to work with? Or they're not going to get a chance to find out because they pushed too early. So a free kick for Japan, and away they go. Great offload and connection this time from Japan. Latianara Suijima up to halfway and then rolled that extra little turn. Gives the ball back and allows Longbottom to swing the Aussies back onto a tackle. The step from Dunbar, Stu Dunbar through the team. Ankle breaker. Dunbar back in the side, scores under the posts.
Once again, Japan is their own worst enemy. Just doing it a little extra roll at the breakdown, trying to create an extra second for his support player to get there, but the referee noticed and said, not today, young man. And of course, Australia just absolutely ruthless so far in this tournament. Young man spots a gap in the middle of the park and has the pace to finish.
Stu Dunbar missed out on the Commonwealth Games squad, but back in the side and to bide his time to get some opportunities, and now they're coming for him. This is his 10th tournament. It's a great injection off the bench. 54 points to 0 now. Just letting the South Africans, the Argentines, the Fijians know they are going to scrap all the way for this World Series title. Ball's knocked down by Lawson, but it falls for Japan, getting rid of a couple of defenders with some great footwork as Yu Okadara. Kano clears quickly. A slap of the ball, slap of the ground, and it falls just as it looks so promising.
Just so frustrating there. Again, just their own Achilles heel. They've got some really good momentum. They've got the overlap. All they've got to do is hang on to possession and they get themselves in the try zone. Oh, just tough to watch.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, disappointing for Japan. Just as it looks so good. And here they come again.
Tackle, 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 guys.
Longbottom, yeah, the tackle. He's got his knees to the ground, so the tacklers have to release him. Little short ball, a little 1-2. Straight up through the middle. Offload is good. Defence comes across. And again, Australia just keeping the ball alive. Still there for Longbottom. And now through the hands for Dunbar. And back in field for Josh Turner. Started the scoring, finishes as well. That's impressive stuff from Australia.
Just a well-balanced team, and they're selfless in their brotherhood, always wanting to move the ball to the best person in the best position. You can see it here. Hey, let's get more points on the board. Let me push this ball inside so we can get 7 points rather than 5. That is a team that is selfless and have come here to win the title.
Clinical and classy from Australia. Absolutely comprehensive. 61 points to nil. They beat Japan.